Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to my channel, Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for our longer reading for October 17th through the 31st. And this is for our Tauruses. Hello, our Tauruses. How are you? I hope you're doing wonderful. So the longer reading is when I am using 3 decks of cards. I'm using my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards. I am using my John Hall, and the Angel Tarot cards give me the main message. I'm using my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards, and then I am also, then that kind of fills in those gaps, and then I use my Osha Zen Tarot cards, and that gives me, kind of that, like quick answers or just words of advice. Now, I'm also using at the end, I will use, because I really like this deck, my Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards. I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the cards with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. Okay, just out of, transparency, because I kind of saw something weird out there, I do not have anything burning. I do not have incense or candles burning. So if you saw it, then okay, because it passed by and it kind of took me by surprise, because normally I don't see anything, but it was like, whoa, what is that? Okay, anyway, what do we want to know about October? Well, there's a lot of things going on with October. And that is, Scorpio season starts on the 22nd, 23rd. And Scorpio likes to keep things kind of at the, the hush-hush, the down low. Well, during Scorpio season, now I'm not talking necessarily about October, I'm talking about Scorpio season, it's not going to happen that way, okay? It's like out there, it's in, this is destiny, this is karma, this is, this is meeting stuff, this is getting things ready for the next 7-year cycle. Totally, totally, totally. Very strong energy. Think back to June, July, and August, how strong that energy was. But this is not going to be in any kind of it's not negative, okay? But it still can be very overwhelming. I'm going to post something on my Facebook after I post these. And, if people go on it, you can read some of those articles. Now, that's one thing. Now, the other thing is we have a full moon on the 13th. That's in Aries. So that's kind of this completion, not completion, I shouldn't say completion. This is part of that cycle with that new moon that was in the 28th of September with Libra, because this is that cycle of new starts. So what's happening is that, this new beginning, new energy is kind of like padded down by the Scorpio energy, okay? So this is where that comes in. And then Scorpio, new moon, the 28th of October, direct opposition of Uranus. And remember, Uranus is in Taurus right now. And this is where expect the unexpected, okay? So this is, again, very, very high energy for Scorpio. And then we have Mercury going retrograde October 31st, November 1st, depending on where you're at, for until like November 20th, 21st type of thing. We then have the 2-week foreshadowing before, and then we have the 2-week after shadowing afterwards. So, a lot of this energy, very, very strong. And then finally Mercury is up and down all over October. So there is a lot of communication going on. Lots of emails, telephone calls, texting, TV, things are going to be told, And, and one of my readings, I felt like, oh, this was going to be a real big, like almost like volcano type of energy. Be aware. Be aware. You may handle it well. Other people around may not. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. And here we go for my Tauruses. 3 cards face down. First 2 are reversed. Here we go. King of Water. Water energy. Scorpio. So I'm thinking this might be more so in that Scorpio time, but we still have a little bit of Libra. Libra's balancing energies out, all about that new. But, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, emotional, fluid. And this is trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice, charity work. This is you. I feel like you're expanding. I feel like you might be expanding, emotionally. You might be expanding your business. You might be expanding artistically. But I feel like there's an expansion coming for you, an expansion. It might be in your job. It might be, but it's like you growing, and because you are growing, it actually, your perspective, your viewpoints, a lot of these other things start to grow with you. Now that could mean some changes with that too. Some changes that maybe, family, friends, they may not, this is sometimes hard because you may grow out for the moment of your group of people. So, this is coming for whoever needed to hear this. But I feel like this is you expanding, you growing. You may actually grow into this could even be like, and again, maybe you work with everybody. My friend who knows, and this comes to me, maybe you've been working in the chorus line, okay? And now you're brought up to a main lead, okay? And now it's like you have to hang around with the main lead. You don't forget your friends at the chorus line, but they don't necessarily feel comfortable with you, and you don't necessarily, you're kind of like in a growing phase. But the chorus line came very, very clearly to me, okay? So now I think that was a bug. That was a bug that flew by, so that wasn't weird. So anyway, but it's like you are growing and you're growing out, okay? Okay, next one is reversed, and here we have the Ace of Air. And this is that challenge. This is the challenge. Air is our, Libra. We're in Libra, also Aquarius, Gemini, energy, your thoughts. So if if emotionally, if in other ways you're growing, you have to, it's almost like you have to create your new paradigm. You have to create your new way of thinking, okay? Or your new way of thinking is being created, okay? Because this is really, I'm feeling really strong creation here, really strong growing here. So this one is brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. Okay, your last card is the Five of Fire. And this is that conflict. This is like where I was and where I'm going, where I was and where I'm going, where I was and where I'm going. It might not even be where I'm going anymore. It might be where I am, okay, where I was, where I am. But the thing is, 5 is about change. Definitely change, change, change. Positive, I think it's going to be positive change, but with this change, there's something that you leave behind, okay? And that can be a little bit harsh. That can be a little bit hurtful. But the thing is, you have to do this because this is part of that, this is going to be more in that Scorpio season. This is part of stepping into your place, stepping into where you are meant to be, stepping into your future, okay? Fire energy, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries energy. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others, okay? But maybe because I love you so much, my Tauruses, this is all good energy going forward for you. The only thing is, you do have it's like, but I have, I'm leaving them behind. Well, they will be on their own pathway, okay? They will be on their own destiny. They will be going towards their own destiny. So you are not, I'm not saying that if somebody asks you for a reference, somebody asks you for, a chance that you say no to them. I'm saying, though, that they have to now go through their path to get to wherever they need to be. So please, 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 move along on your path because, it's, it's meant to be. It's a meant to be. It's meant to be. That's what I'm trying to say it. Okay. Okay, let's go on and do this. Let's see. Any kind of clarification with this? Any clarification? Okay, let's see. For my Tauruses. Card down. Face down. Okay, we're going to cut now and see what we have here. I mean, it's funny when these cards fly. I mean, they fly. They fly. Okay, 1 and 2. So we have 3 cards face down. Let's see what this first one says. Authority. Ooh, and that's the one that flew out. So what is this all about? What is this? Is this you stepping into your authority? Is this you allowing the universal authority to take you to where you need to be? Because I think that there's been some times when you were supposed to, my Tauruses, you were supposed to go and step into certain places, and you might have hesitated. Maybe you felt a little bit insecure. Maybe you felt that what you were giving up was too much for whatever you were stepping into. But this is all about you stepping into another area. This could be you stepping into your authority. This could be you, coming to a point where to the universe you're like saying, okay, fine, I'll go where you want me to go. This could be about acceptance. We will see, won't we? But there's a lot of strength in that authority. I feel like this is you more so though, so I feel this is you stepping into your authority. Okay, here we go. Base chakra. Base chakra, number 1, new beginning. Base, okay, there's energy sources. You can look up chakra. The base is about, when they talk about this, it could be like, the root chakra, the base chakra. This is where you came from. This is what how you grew up. This is how, this is your contributing factors to make you who you are. I'm going to take a little bit, this is very physical type of energy. This is more physical. This is more who you are. I mean, this is more, your family life. This could even be the movies you see, the TV shows you see, the music you listen to. It's that very base, the very, think of the root, like a plant, the root, it is that root. So how well nourished was that? How well nurtured was that? That is what, that's what's bringing you to that next step. Do you take this in, did you come from a base of fear? Did you come from a base of confidence? We all come from a little bit of both of these. But I'm also feeling like, and again, this is going to be kind of weird, but why not? I get that way. I'm also kind of feeling, again, this destiny thing. So we could even take this, instead of this being that child, that baby, we could even go, backwards on this. And, I don't do this so much, but it's almost like this, you are stepping into where you are meant to be. Okay. So maybe you were, maybe that you have fought all your life to get to a better place. And it's like your journey, we've talked about journeys itself, and you need to learn and grow from your journey too. But, there's a lot that you've overcome to get to your next step. Okay. Next card, a reversed one. And this has been pretty much what we've been talking about. You're leaving the shadows behind. You're moving on into the light. I don't know, is that I'm never sure what he's holding. I mean, it could be a compass. It could be a compass. It could be that internal compass. It could be, I should not say internal. Well, it could be internal. It could be external. It could be, letting something outside of yourself guide you, but you are moving on. So yeah, this is definitely about moving on for you, my Tauruses. Totally. And expanding. Okay. A lot of this too, now this could be in any of this relationship. I do feel like it's more your passion, whatever your passion is. So is your passion your career? Is your passion your intimate relationship? Is it your family? I feel, so I was trying to kind of say, is it like a new relationship in, with work, intimate? And it's like whatever your passion is. Yeah, that was the answer I got, passion. Okay, so let's go on and see what else we have. Words of advice for my Tauruses. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. First card. Consciousness. Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. Where it, What is all this about for you? What is all this about? Again, I feel like this is an expansion. You know, it's expanding your consciousness. It's expanding your, it's expanding how you look at the world, how you view the world. So this could be a very spiritual growth period for you. So but you can be aware of that. Okay, next card. Guilt. Okay. We were talking about this. I've got to leave you behind. I've got to go for it. Okay, be aware of it. And then we have clinging to the past. Same thing, same thing. It's like, and then I feel is like this is here, this guilt, this thing, how can I move on? How can you move on if you cling to the past? Be aware of that, because you are being met, it is being, if you're listening to this and if it's resonating, it doesn't have to resonate. It's like, no, but, if it is, then it's like, okay, let us, and again, this is, whatever you are passionate about. This is that time. This is the time for movement for you. Okay, one last card. One last card for my Tauruses. One last card for my Tauruses. Taurus, Taurus. Okay, let's go ahead and cut. Not reversed, but it is face down. And let's see what we have for my Taurus. The Page of Michael. Okay, Michael is air energy in this deck. Okay, we talked about air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Truthful, perceptive, analytical, blunt, an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. So if you are going into something with a contract, make sure you read it, okay? And maybe get somebody else to read it for you. But this is what it is. You have what it takes to succeed. Pretty much sums it all up, doesn't it? So, my Tauruses, as always, know that you are loved and be blessed. Bye-bye.